we lost. But what did we lose? Today we all knew. And if you did not know, I tell you the 20 wishes they were going to give for the Chinese New Year are no longer going to. No, Lee. It's a joke. It's a joke. When the banner of Mavuika and Citlali goes away. Not only that, but I think you have us. And time flies by that. He has only 10 days left to this day. Or less to the banner of Mavuika and Citlali after all the contents, the buildings, teams, records of damage, and everything we've enjoyed with these characters. And it may take them long enough to come back. But after this, we still have the right. From the flashlight, we've got a lot of things coming up like Lan Yan, maybe. We don't lose, so leave a good like, a good penalty, subscribe, leave a good comment for the algorithm. Thanks for enjoying and watching the video on the channel. Thank you for all the love and support. Remember that it doesn't cost you anything, totally free. Recommends and positions the video we grow. The channel team is very grateful. And also just because of this earlier, including subscribing with bell, and we're none of the 200,000. So help there, so that as soon as possible we get to 200,000 yuan, from there to 500,000, and from there to the million, and from there to the 10 million. You enter the draw of a bendy for simply supporting the content. That's my way of trying to thank him, and that not everyone does. Now, let me enjoy if you're eating, that if I don't say it. Welcome to invite you to the directs, and let's see what's left of here to Mavuika and a later in this same version 5.3, because there are still proto-gamers. Well, the first thing is that you leave me in the comments how many are still going to lose Mavuika or Citlali, and you could really use these wishes, or if you're pulling, buy some weapon or some of the constellations and calculating what's missing before the age of 20. Shine's New Year's wishes, you're going to lose it. Leave it to me in the comments, because I believe that I will allocate part of that budget of the 40 Mabuikas to a day of petitions. On stream, people who watch more honest competitions, let's say, I'm gonna say, come on. I'll go into your account and put in a pack of 30, so there'll be people, and before he leaves, the banner doesn't run out of characters. If you think it's a good idea, then tell me, in the comments, and in the direct ones. Well, before I remember that the 15th day resets the Abyss, and I will bring you video of the Abyss. Spoiler, the Abyss is already known from a month and a half before, because they leaked from beta of the previous version, so that the Abyss that will come, if this has seemed complicated to you, the one who comes is going to have a lot of fun. And to me more, because when the Abysses are difficult, the creators and I who focus a lot on the Abyss, and I like. Personally, as a game mode, we have a lot more fun. Apart from all that, there are 2 or 3 events left just, and what is really important, literally, it's the right of the flashlights in the second half of 5.3. Let's remember that at that event, main, apart from these 2 multis that will give us, which will already be to save, for the following versions, or for the banner of Alikino and Chlorind, which is already known. 4 stars, but in a little bit I'll bring you a video analyzing the 4 Alikino and Chlorind stars. We will basically have to choose the character for free. I also made a video commenting on which would be the best free character to choose, but I will refresh the memory in a more extensive way, speaking in detail of each constellation. Of each of the 4 stars, the one I made when the news came out was more superficial. Above, and not only that, but as I commented, was Xiangling's skin. And I think besides, I'm gonna get around like I always do. I'm gonna rip people off. I wouldn't have to. That a lot of people lately even criticize the draws, but because the networks are like this, you give things to people without expecting anything in return, and you wouldn't have to do it. And people, because they are social networks, they don't cry. P. Maybe they want to do what many creators do and can't, and that's why they project their frustration. But I'll draw quite a lot of Hu Tao skins live, so watch out! Welcome guests to the live ones. And not only that, but for the second half of version 5.3, it is estimated that including the 2 multis, you're going to be able to draw almost nearly 55 wishes, which is not at all wrong considering that the 5.4 will not come at the end, Jansan. In the end, the coming one is Mizuki, who is a character who, it will be permanent but capable. You know that what is said is that Fiorina comes and leave me. Comments who is saving by Fiorina Chero or C2 for those who don't have it yet, or who already. He's got his Fiorina C2 with the piece of Bufo damage inflicted on him. Apart from all this, a regional EU banner comes. In the regional banner of the UA, I also did an analysis explaining what I could. It's worth it. Here I tell you that I'm not going to repeat that analysis, and that it's basically a trap. Let it be said in this video so that you don't fall into that trap. There's nothing spectacularly interesting, but that banner acts so much as temptation. As someone who already has a fully established and controlled account, that works perfectly. Yes, you can choose things that you might ever have missed. For example, Shanae who finally turns. But you know that the permafrost by day, they're not very usable today. And not only that, but it doesn't work very well with Riotsly as they have according to cooldowns. 16 Riotsly and 20 Shenhe and Coordinate and work super badly. Their synergy is pretty bad. But basically remember that banner is a total skip. And also finally, because this video is pretty short, remember, and here it comes. We perish from the beginning, apart from that desires come the second half, remember. That 5.4, so it's already filtered. And if you want a summary of what 5.4 is, after this 5.3 which is due to the arrival of Mavoika in Citlali, the Chinese New Year. The main mission where we have seen the outcome of Captain, we have seen some details. Ex-Balunk. It's been a few weeks, so relax that summer always what? In that mini in Poils. If Hoyobers has uploaded to his homepage the video and the kinematics where Expaline comes out, go tell Hoyobers there. Hoyobers, don't make spoilers, don't upload the kinematics. They brought it up the second day since the mission came out and you came to tell me things. He's around the mini. Well, basically it's been said that after this 5.3 that doesn't have a map, but it's been spectacular. 5.4 will come completely empty. It's going to be a filler version even more than the 5.1, which is true that it was also smoke. And we call it Humor 5.1 and in the end it was fun with Silonen. It was the before. The 5.2 room that having map always became much more entertaining. But the 5.4 barely and only for Fiorina shines because there is not much more, so I think
torture.
It will be a turning point. And I don't know if Hoyobers has learned that he's always halfway ahead of his nations. He usually gets enough sleep in the game, and I don't know if this time they're going to get another new game anymore. Or they're going to learn and from 5.5 the nation is going up. So little more. This is like a summary of what's coming so far. Don't worry, it's going to be complicated with Mavuika and Citillery, but the ones you've come to. Until the end, remember that the direct draw, every day several thousand measurements. And the whole story. So if anyone is very poor, and not just because he's poor, but for enjoying, welcome. Invited to the directs, because able if anyone is going to lack a Mavuika, a blessing. Maybe it'll fix them. Little more. Be very careful. You have a very good day. I don't know, Mini and Chaito.